The origin of the Ñ dates back to medieval Latin. You see, parchment was expensive, and scribes were eager to take any shortcut they could to save space. One of these was when a letter was followed by an N, they would put said N above the letter. This eventually evolved into the little squiggle we call a tilde. In some non-Spanish languages, words originally had a vowel followed by an N, where the N eventually became a tilde that came to represent nasalization, or a sound change where the velum lowers, allowing air to escape through the nose, or more simply, what happens to a vowel when it's followed by an N. This happened in Estonian with O, in Kikuyu, a Bantu language in Kenya, with I and U, and Portuguese with A and O. Guarani, an indigenous language in Paraguay and surrounding areas, has A, E, I, O, U, and Y with tildes, as well as the familiar Ñ, and even a G with a tilde. So cool! In general, Guarani is a really cool language and definitely deserves its own video. But in Spanish, the tilde in the Ñ does not represent a nasalization, but rather a palatalization, becoming the ña sound we know and love. But what about languages that don't have this lovely letter? How do they write the ña sound? Well, let's take the word España, for example. In French, they use GN, and it becomes España. In Portuguese, they use NH, becoming España. This isn't just in Romance languages. For example, in Vietnamese, they also use NH, becoming Taibanha. In Catalan, they use NY, and it becomes España. The NY is used in languages like Filipino or Hungarian as well. And English too, right? Well, only sometimes. España isn't a great example, since in English it's just Spain. So let's take a look at another word with an Ñ, jalapeno. In English, we would write it as jalapeno. We don't transliterate it at all. And that's because, drum roll please, Ñ is a letter in English. Or more so, in English, we see a tilde as a valid diacritical mark over an N, rather than as a whole nother letter like they do in Spanish. But yes, the Ñ is part of English. It's part of English words. Sure, words like jalapeno originally come from Spanish, but they're English words too. If I call this pepper a jalapeno, most English speakers would know what I'm talking about, and they would even agree that this is the correct spelling.